Jay Maratatu. Hello and welcome to Celtic Roots Radio, coming to you today from Belfast, Northern Ireland. Celtic folk, folk rock, Appalachian, bluegrass, Scottish, Irish, Breton, Cajun. If it's Celtic or roots music you like, you'll find it here on Celtic Roots Radio.
Stuff that makes up legends is born of yesterday. Will be born again tomorrow, that's the legendary way. They say there's always one in every crowd, one in every town. So I'll tell you all the story of when O'Brien came around. He didn't account for nothing much, though his back was able. Couldn't control his appetite or leave it at the table. He was needless, hard and one of a kind, some I kept from jail. Always faced the devil, always lived to tell the tale. Well, they call him Casanova, cause he had the right complexion. Advances at the dances met with minimal rejection. He got so good at the juggling, he could have joined the carney. Heaven said in McCarthy, he's been given the gift of Blarney. Well, there was this one and that one, another one left to find. Her own way home, O'Brien was a loving and leaving kind. This one knew about that one, the other one not about she. O'Brien, he was a tomcat, a ladies' man was he. Now the gift of gab is a wonderful thing, as everyone is aware. I wouldn't be lying, no one was denying O'Brien had a share. The weaver of a tangled web don't get to be relaxing, as a careless tip of the silver tongue can cause a chain reaction. Legendary fashion one night, O'Brien had a jaggin'. It all come tumbling down that night when O'Brien took the braggin'. Hey, me boy, she's just a toy, sure I never even kissed her. Heaven said in McCarthy, now you're talking about me sister. Sure, I'm a lover, not a fighter, said O'Brien with a grin. Just before he heard the crack of McCarthy's knuckles on his chin. This one sighed and that one cried, and they tell it to this day. That's the story of how McCarthy sent O'Brien on his way. Well, there was this one and that one, and another one left to find. Her own way home, O'Brien was the loving and leaving kind. This one knew about that one, the other one not about she. O'Brien, he was a tomcat, a ladies' man was he. Well, there was this one and that one, and another one left to find. Her own way home, O'Brien was the loving and leaving kind. This one knew about that one, the other one not about she. O'Brien, he was a tomcat, a ladies' man was he.
What about yourself? You're doing bravely? Welcome to the Celtic Roots Radio Show. I'm Raymond McCullough in Belfast, with an we taste the great new Celtic songs and tunes, and a bit of crack too from myself. We started the show off with a great song, O'Brien, from Glen Simmons in Newfoundland, Canada, and with more great music to come. And our show this week is sponsored by a brand new Irish thriller from Precious Oil Publications, Angel in Flight, an Angel Murphy thriller by Jerry McCullough. Is the story of a feisty wee Belfast girl on holiday in Greece who sorts out a villain wanting to make millions for his pharmaceutical company by preventing the use of a newly discovered malaria vaccine. Angel has a broken marriage behind her and is wary of men, but perhaps her meeting with Joyce Smith, who tells her he's with Interpol, may change her mind. You can buy the paperback edition from Amazon stores worldwide, or get the Kindle edition now for the cost of a cup of coffee. More info on the website, preciousoil.com. Check out our Celtic Roots Cafe community, where you'll find information about our artists and bands, music videos, photos, forum posts and a blog. Just click the cafe button on our main website, celticrootsradio.com. And if you like the crack on our shows, you can read it again at your leisure on our Celtic Roots Crack blog. Find it on the podcast page at celticrootsradio.com. And now you can also read it on Mark Gunn's Celtic Music magazine. We've had a few more comments on the show. Bill Robertson from Fort Mill, South Carolina, USA, contacted our Facebook page. I subscribed a while back and have finally had some time on the road to listen. Great job, Ray. Keep up the good work. And Sean Kern gave us another 5-star review on iTunes USA entitled, Yeah. Boy, I'd love to be Irish. But if I listen enough to a great podcast like this, it's almost as good. Yeah, thanks. Thanks to you, Bill and Sean. We'll soon have you at least sounding like an Irishman. Keep listening, bye. And once you've downloaded all our podcast shows, you can still tune in to our 24/7 station on Live 365 for even more music, crack from myself, and shows from Mark Gunn and others. Find it on our radio page at celticrootsradio.com. Please keep in touch with us through email, Facebook message, Twitter, or our cafe site. We've currently got 71 ratings on the US iTunes store, with lots of reviews there, and in several other countries. But we always appreciate a new review of the show. Drop us a wee email to let us know in case we miss it. While you're on iTunes, just enter Raymond McCullough into the search box to find all of our other podcasts. This is the Magees from Wisconsin, USA, with 2 tunes, Jerry O'Sullivan's and Mick O'Connor.
wild geese. They left behind their loved ones and their homes. For freedom's life they sought, in foreign lands they fought, always for a cause but not their own. Always for a cause but not their own. Semper et ubique fidelis, spread the banner of the battered dogs of war. They sailed across the sea beneath the fleur-de-lis. Wild geese of the Irish Brigade to the fore. Wild geese of the Irish Brigade. They came here to help to free this nation from the lion's paw whose kindness they did know. So under Lafayette came Dillon's regiment, saying, let us be the first to strike a blow. Let us be the first to strike a blow. Semper et ubique fidelis, spread the banner of the battered dogs of war. They sailed across the sea beneath the fleur-de-lis. Wild geese of the Irish Brigade to the fore. Wild geese of the Irish Brigade. They drove the redcoats from the Caribbean, then to Savannah went without delay. But it was there Pulaski fell with many Irishmen as well, and victory would not be theirs this day. Victory would not be theirs this day. Semper et ubique fidelis. Spread the banner of the battered dogs of war. They sailed across the sea beneath the fleur-de-lis. Wild geese of the Irish Brigade to the fore. Wild geese of the Irish Brigade. Then Walsh took his boys up to Virginia to fight at Gloucester Point and Yorktown as well. And on bottom Richard's decks they fought as leathernecks, and with Jones they sent the Serapis to hell. With Jones they sent the Serapis to hell. Semper et ubique fidelis. Spread the banner of the battered dogs of war. They sailed across the sea beneath the fleur-de-lis. Wild geese of the Irish Brigade to the fore. Wild geese of the Irish Brigade to the fore. Wild geese of the Irish Brigade.
That was a song from Frank Emerson from Virginia, USA, called Wild Geese of the Irish Brigade. So, what have I been up to recently? Well, designing book covers and publishing paperback editions of a couple of books, sorting out my accounts for the past year, and, oh yeah, cleaning out a well. That involved climbing down a 20-foot ladder after pumping all the water out, and then filling buckets, either with very dirty water, or stones, or thick glar, then climbing the ladder again and hauling the buckets up on a rope to empty them. Glar is a great Ulster Scots word you might not have come across before. It refers to something usually black and sticky, with the consistency of thick porridge. It can apply to sticky clay, but in this case it means rotted vegetation, mixed with bits of stick and stones that have fallen down the well for many years. There have been cottages here since the mid-1600s, so this well was probably dug nearly 300 years ago. It's solid rock all the way down, and nice and cool to work in when it's warm and humid up above. When you've spent a day up and down the ladder, you really do end up to your uxters and glar, I'm telling you. When I finally got it emptied, the well was 3 feet deeper than when I started. One of the items removed was a large piece of timber which, on closer examination by my neighbour, turned out to be one of the shafts of a cart. He, being pretty much of a horse expert, would know. Now why anyone would want to throw this down a well, I have no idea. Other items found were the remains of several buckets and 3 large stones weighing several hundredweight, which I just about managed to haul up on a rope with a few hours gap between stones. Those stones were probably covering the well at one time and then got knocked in. Thankfully, all the glar, stones and other items have all been removed now. The only thing still to come out is the old pipework, which is a heavy 2-inch iron pipe with large flanged joints. The pipe will have to be cut up into about 5 separate pieces before they can be hauled out by rope. Meanwhile, the new pump was installed in the well and now connected underground to the building, with some lime in the bottom to sweeten the water a bit. When I've finished, and it has had a few weeks to settle properly, then we'll test the water to see if it's fit for drinking, or needs filtered, or maybe only be used for washing and flushing. We'll see. And we've been listening to Pot Liquor from Kickin Grass Band in North Carolina, USA.
Once I was a young man living by the coast, fishing for my living and living more than most. And now you see me begging for $1 or a drink. You look at me and wonder how low a man can sink. Now it's round, round the bottle past my way. Maybe if we drink enough, we can drive the memories away. Once I was a proud man, living by the sea. On the north of Graham Island, in the Charlottes of BC, to the Canaries at Rupert, with my cargo I would go, trade my fish for silver, and pick up food for home. My lady's name was Anna, she meant the world to me. I had a darling daughter whose name was Melody. They filled my days with loving till a man could want no more. I lost them both to fire in 1964. Now it's round, round the bottle past my way. Maybe if we drink enough, we can drive the memories away. It happened late in August, when I was not at home. A tankard of marine gas exploded in the sun. Her melody was playing, she turned and looked around, caught her head a fragment, and died without a sound. My Anna came a-running from the house down to the pier. She saw her daughter lying with the flames a-drawing near. She ran to try and save her, but the fire caught her hair. When I returned at sunset, I found her dying there. Now it's round, round the bottle past my way. Maybe if we drink enough, we can drive the memories away. I come down to Vancouver and I ran my ship aground. And if I were less a coward, I'd have stayed with her and drowned. And now you see me dying, one bottle at a time. So drink to your misfortune, and I will drink to mine. Now it's round, round the bottle past my way. Maybe if we drink enough, we can drive the memories away. Hey, hey, hey.
That was Rick Garvin from Alberta, Canada, and Round Round. Well, I expect a lot of you watched the opening ceremony for the London Olympics. Some spectacle, eh? And a wee short clip of the Giant's Causeway in County Antrim near the start. I was really impressed with the motte, the grassy mound with the tree on top, just like you find in Celtic forts all over Ireland. In the performance, the tree was pulled up and all the industrial workers came out, turning an agricultural scene into the Industrial Revolution. In Ireland, that happened mainly in the north. All over Northern Ireland you'll find mills or the remains of mills, especially in Belfast. In the heart of County Down, where we hope to be living in the near future, there were no less than 7 mills along the nearby Ballynahinch River. Some of these were corn mills where the local farmers got their oats and barley milled. Some were flax mills, where flax was taken from the flax holes or lint holes and spun into yarn, then woven into the famous Irish linen. The farmer pulled the flax plant up by the roots and placed the damp bundles into the lint hole, weighed down with stones. Nowadays they use tanks and chemicals instead. The next stage after removing the retted flax and drying it was called scotching, which was done on a scotch mill, passing the flax between rollers to break up the woody material and remove it. This process produced a lot of dust. After scotching, the linen fibres were spun into yarn, giving rise to many spinning mills. And finally, the spun yarn was woven into Irish linen, which then had to be bleached, originally in the sun on a bleaching green. Flax was grown particularly in County Down and County Antrim, and you can still find the remains of old flax hills across the country. Some of the skill in linen making came to Northern Ireland with the Huguenots, 10,000 French Protestant refugees in the 18th century who brought their linen making expertise with them from France. The Huguenots didn't just come to the north of Ireland. There's a Huguenot graveyard in Marion Row, Dublin, near the Shelbourne Hotel, with over 200 surnames from the La Rochelle area of France. Most of these names are no longer to be found, but Delaire Street in Dublin city centre is an example. Other small groups went to Waterford, Youghal, Cork, Port Arlington and Lisburn in County Antrim. When we were young, my father worked for the Linen Thread Company in Hilton near Lisburn, and flax was still being spun there. We used to play with the wooden bobbins and use the combing needles or hackle pins to start a screw hole or whatever. The whole industry changed over to making synthetic thread, nylon, etc., contributing to the decline of the linen industry. I worked there myself one summer at a contract to replace windows on the third floor of one of the mill buildings, while the German machinery and the music while you worked rattled loudly in my ears. It was impossible to have a conversation. Linen mills are found all over Belfast, Lisburn and many other towns in Northern Ireland, though few of them produce linen today. The pale blue flowers of the flax plant are becoming a thing of the past too. And we've just been listening to the Moonzie Allstars from Scotland, UK, and a tune called The Hippophant.
Has anyone here seen my bike? They stole it last Saturday night. A late model soft-tail classic with a few dents on the left side of the gas tank. Has anyone seen my bike? Stars clear in the sky. The band play the music and my friend at the bar asking for a double rocket ride. Sorry pal, you know we don't serve that here. Quit asking, I'm tired of your antics. A grin and a grumble, not quite sure what he said from behind those dark sunglasses, from behind those dark sunglasses. Slange to use, I drink to your health, 'cause you drank to mine. Slange to use, I drink to your health with a double rocket ride. Another Sunday night and I'm up on the stage singing to a few folks I know. A familiar old voice from the back of the room yells, play Ode to Billy Joe. Sorry pal, you know I don't know the words. Quit asking, I'll learn them sometime. Now sit back and I'll play something else. Didn't you say that you like Patsy Cline? I thought I heard you say you like Patsy Cline. Slange to cheers, I drink to your health. You drink to mine. Slange to cheers, I drink to your health with that double rocket ride, double rocket ride. Oh, please won't you come for a ride with me today? I won't tell your dad. Look, I've even brought you some shades there. No need to be scared. My old violin, it is missing a string. Could you bring me one, please? The top one, the high one, I think it's an E. I need you to bring me a string. I can't seem to find her body. Has anyone here seen my body? They stole it last Saturday night. Late model soft-tail classic with a few dents on the left side of the gas tank. Has anyone seen my bike? Could you tell me, have you seen my bike?
That was Brigid Kaelin from Kentucky, USA, with the Ballad of Motorcycle Joe. And this is Louise Latham from Wales, UK, and Saint. Look after yourselves now. Slam.
Well, that's all we have time for on this show. Remember, you can find out more information about the artists and songs played on the show on our website at CelticRootsRadio.com. And if you're an independent artist and you'd like to hear your music played on this show, again, you'll find details on our website. That's CelticRootsRadio.com. Tune in again next week to Celtic Roots Radio. I'm Raymond McCullough, coming to you from Ireland. Slán agus Banagia.